This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Aren't you doing something special tonight?
Welcome to Angel in the Woods.
Welcome
America.
to. Sorry. Oh, that's right. Sorry, folks. Forgot about you. We was just talking here, and. We changed our shooting schedule, and I remembered it was for a reason.
My sister made dinner plans
Oh.
tonight for a buffet that has characters.
Oh.
My favorite ones, actually.
Okay. You can tell us what your favorite ones
Not
are.
necessarily my favorite buffet.
Right.
But my favorite character, Cinderella is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
And,
oh man, is she picking up the tab?
No. No, and that's kind of, I think she knew my mom was going to pick up the tab, and so
Yeah,
I have to.
Nobody would make reservations.
Yeah, well, it's for 7
Oh
people.
my God! What is she
5
financing?
Adults, 5 adults, 2 kids, and so I think I have to pull out a
You got a
discount.
coupon? I don't know. I
an
don't think
extra
there's any.
coupon or
I
something.
don't think there's any. I don't think it's in there for Cinderella.
I think you can.
I looked just the other day through my coupons, and I looked at where you could use them. And
I hope you can. If not, then definitely use the discount.
you
The
just
20%.
normal. Oh yeah, right,
You can
right,
definitely
right.
use 20%. We might be able to do more. I don't really know. I have to look at the books.
I understand, but
I kind of feel bad for my mom because she said she would pick up the tab and.
Did she have any idea what she was saying?
No. Well, she did. I think after.
After.
It's when my sister.
She needs smelling salts.
No, my sister is sneaky. It drives me nuts.
You're kidding?
She went to It's Baking Bread.
Really? Did we run out of tape? How could the battery be going bad? I only had 386 minutes.
Well, anyway.
Well, wait, just a second. Pause. That's why I have a
Well, just
battery
like
right
this
here.
morning. I don't see a camera battery flashing. I just see the light blinking.
So.
Okay.
So there's never a dull moment in
Never
TV
is
land.
a moment.
But, well, where were we?
Lesson learned.
Oh, that's okay. But I actually, but for whatever it's worth, from a technical point of view, I did not remember, because it's been so long, that if you break the incoming signal,
Everything shuts down.
it stops.
Got it.
See, we've already done this show.
We've done it. I don't know if I have anything to talk about because I like talking about things twice.
This is the second time we're doing this show because we had the battery went down, and when the battery went down, it stops the recording. And so what you're going to hear now is we already talked about this, and we're going to talk about probably this and other things because there's no way to remember what we talked about because when we come here, we have no idea what we're going to talk about.
I know. Let's see.
You know, I mean, it's very, you know,
I think
it's.
I talked about my sister
Did we? Is this the one we did about the cats?
getting bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Let's do that.
Okay.
That was really interesting. Okay, for
So-
those of you that have cat psychology problems, this segment is for you. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I've been watching my niece and my nephew, and a couple weeks ago, I have this cat, Gato, crazy cat Gato, and I read their body language very well. So he, very temperamental. He's a very temperamental cat. He's got issues. I mean, he just does.
Okay.
Every cat I own has issues, but he's got some really big issues. And my nephew was petting him, and I could tell that Gato was getting irritated and flustered and.
Now he'll stay in your lap, but he don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's normal for cats too.
Really?
They want love on their time. They might want to sit in your lap because they want
nice.
warmth or it's
Right.
soft. It's comfortable.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they want your hands on them. So anyway, my nephew went up to pet this cat, and I said, "Don't touch him! Don't touch him! Don't touch him!" He insisted on touching him,
Right.
and I could see that Gato was getting irritated. No, I want America to know I had control over the situation.
Right.
I was nearby because I could see like an outcome that was not going to be fun.
Right.
So Gato, having had enough of this 7-year-old touching him, swiped at him, and Gato's got some nails, and scratched him. So I had to tell my sister and say, just let you know that the cat scratched your son. She's all up in arms, like, oh my God, you have to get rid of the cat. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, but it wasn't the cat's fault.
Yeah, the cat is reacting to a human action. And that's a lot of things I think humans don't get. Your pet will react to the situations it's given. It can't logically reason like we can.
Right.
So if it's into something that it's going to create fear or aggression, it's going to react appropriately.
Right.
Because a cat can't say, stop touching me.
There's no way he communicates the only way he can.
Yeah.
Well,
So, my sister was over with the kids, and Gato crawled into her lap, and she pet him for a little bit, and I just said, okay, you can stop touching him now. She says, okay, because she knew that he can get finicky and temperamental. So she just sits and puts her arms on the sides. Well, my niece sees this cat in her lap, so she comes up to Mom and starts petting the cat, and I say, stop touching the cat. Don't touch Gato, he's crabby, and I'm saying it over and over and over again. And she's not listening to me. I'm looking at my sister like, can you help? And she
I'm always
doesn't
amazed
really
when parents don't get involved.
Yeah.
When you say something to the kid, you're waiting for the parent to get
step
in.
yeah. And then Gato nipped at her. Well, I told my sister it was a little love nip.
Right.
But it really wasn't. It was it was Gato saying, stop touching me.
Right.
So my niece is now screaming because she got bit, even though she didn't really get bit. I mean, she felt the sharp teeth on her skin, but it didn't break skin. But she's screaming. My sister's yelling at me about the cat. The cat has now jumped off and is running because there's loud noise. And I'm like, I told you not to touch the cat.
Right.
And even my mom was there witnessing it and said to my sister, she knows her cats. So when she says don't touch, she means don't touch. She can't. I have 6 cats. I can't just throw a cat into a bedroom every time they're cranky. This is their environment. A foreign object, such as my niece, my nephew, or my sister, are coming into their environment and disrupting it. So they have to act responsibly and appropriately for the animals. And just, there's chaos. You have to get rid of the cat. I'm not getting rid of the cat.
Well,
so.
But didn't God, he did the same thing to your mom?
He did the same thing to my mom, and my mom learned her lesson too. He climbed into her lap and was petting, and she was petting him, and I said, don't touch. Yeah, so you can stop petting him now. She says, okay, and she still kept petting him, and I'm watching this, and I watched the whole thing go down. Gato latched onto her hand. She made a fist right as he turned his head to say, stop. She made a fist to protect her fingers, which is good. He latched on to here, had his claws, his front paws up on this part, his hind legs up on here. Like he was just like like a sloth or something hanging down from a tree limb. And she's like, help? Told you not to touch him. So I get him off of her and shoot him away. And I said, I told you.
Well,
That's what happens.
Well, you know your cats, and
I do.
And they are just animals, and that is something. Yeah, sometimes I could be out at, let's say I'm at one of the parks, and I'll say, and I see a kid doing something. Oh, we have a new term for children now. They are UMUs, UMUs, unsecured mobile units. That's what we call kids now. Unsecured mobile units. Okay, UMUs. Okay, so, be that as it may, the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes you'll tell them, well, you have to get down from there, and you expect the parent to step right in and get the kid down.
It's like, oh, that's so cute!
Oh,
He's
I don't ever go,
on top of the rocks over the water.
Right. No. And where I am, I make them get down. I mean, and sometimes you're surprised that the parents don't respond, and then I've got a couple of places where when I'm working that has a wall like this, and it's I don't know 15, 20 feet down off the wall, and people will jump up there and sit down. Now I'm at the top of a bridge that's looking down at this thing over there. Now then probably there's another cameraman right here that doesn't do anything.
Right.
And I'm yelling down at these people, please don't sit on the wall. And they
Right.
get down, and if they're sitting on the handrail, please don't sit on the handrail. In other words, I mean, I get them down because I have been in a situation when I was young. When
Did you get in trouble and
I
hurt
was
yourself?
young. What's that?
Did you get in trouble and hurt yourself?
Yeah, let me tell you. There was like a gazebo kind of thing. It was at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Big, big rocks, huge marble rocks, boom, 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 and then like a split rail on top. So it was really like a roof. Just, it was out. It's a beach, sunny place. Then down around the bottom of this whole wall system is a breakwater. So I'm down there with some friends, and I'm early teens, maybe early teens.
Daredevils.
And this girl Leslie was sitting here, and so it was this, and there was a post, and then it was here, and it was a post, and I jumped up, kidding around. Well, I had cleats on my shoes, so when I jumped up, I kept going, and I slid off 23 feet down onto the rocks.
Ow.
Okay, I broke a thumb. I was
it?
That's it.
You were lucky.
You're not getting blessed, my mother would say, blessed. And let me tell you, that's one of those times that I look back on and say, if the Lord had wanted me, He had me. He's had a lot of opportunities that He hasn't chosen to bring me in on, but for some reason, I don't know why. But so I'm speaking from experience. That's why they call them accidents. Okay,
Right.
people think, well, it's not going to happen. Well, every accident that ever happened, somebody thought it wasn't going to happen. That's why we refer to them as accidents, because we don't expect them. And I have issues with that. Sometimes people are so goofy about, I mean, well, we talk about we talk about parenting a lot.
We do.
But,
We were talking about the people bringing a 6-year-old to the movies last
Oh, that's
week.
right. That's right. The
Yeah.
Batman. A couple weeks back, there was this big horrible thing that happened in Colorado, and you all know about it. And you all heard about it. And the point that we were making is, why is a 6-year-old at a midnight showing to begin
Of a
with?
rated R movie.
Rated R movie. Now, I guess not to be judgmental, you could say maybe they had him rest in the afternoon so he could go at night.
Whatever.
Maybe they took the kid because the kid wanted to go. I mean, that's possible.
That
But-
might be possible. Not at midnight.
But sometimes you have to be parents. And you have to say, you know what? I know you really want to go, but you know what? It's going to be the same movie tomorrow at 10 in the morning. And we'll go see it then. So that's what some parents don't understand. That they're parents.
Mm-hmm.
That means you make some decisions because the child cannot make good decisions. That's why they are children and you are adults.
That's true, but like my sister, they will push their kids to the limit
Okay.
so they can get something that's going to benefit them. Like for example, a couple weeks ago, my father was in town. My mom and my dad were in town. My mom was in town for my birthday and my niece's birthday, and my dad came in for a long weekend. And so we went to a theme park. It's hot.
Oh.
It's the middle of July, so it's
Murder.
really hot. There's lots of people because it's the busy season. But we went to the park that my dad wanted to go to.
Right.
Well, this is a more adult park. It's not to say that there aren't things for the kids to do,
But it's not built for them.
but not after a certain point.
Not
you've
like
done,
Disney World.
yeah, well, after a certain point, you've done everything a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old can do in this park.
Right.
And the kids are cranky, they're bored, they're getting antsy, they're getting into trouble. Mom and dad are yelling a lot, and then, but to the point where my parents and I were walking away from them.
Right.
So if we are making very obvious motions that we don't want to be around you right now,
Right.
why are you still here? You have annual passes.
Right.
Like, we're gonna see you tomorrow. I know you want the kids to see their grandfather,
Right.
but he don't want to see you right now because
Right.
your kids are screaming, they're whiny, and you're yelling at them, and everyone's hot and
Yeah.
sticky and aggravated. Just leave.
Right.
And they're like, no, we're gonna stay. We're gonna push them as far as we can. Yeah, you pushed them past our breaking point 2 hours ago.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you need to leave,
Right.
and that annoys me.
Right.
I understand. I get the mentality of like the parents with the kids are like, well, we're only here and we've got, 17 different things we need to do and 3 days to do it.
Right.
So you want to push your kids so you can see as much as possible
Right,
because
right.
you might not come back.
Right.
I understand that.
Right.
When you live 20 minutes away
Right.
and you have annual passes,
Right.
go home.
Right. Yeah. Take that break. Yeah.
You know, it's in that and that. It just annoyed me so much.
And a lot of times, and that I understand that part of the parenting in the sense that when you're going on a vacation and most times they're doing it for the kids. I mean, in their hearts. Okay.
See, that's the key. You see, in most times in their hearts, they're doing it for the kids.
Right.
In the hearts of my sister and my brother-in-law, I think they're doing it for themselves.
Well, and they're just dragging the kids along.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will have to tell you a story off the air about their house.
Okay. A little intrigue. But I mean, keeping that in mind, I realize when you're on a limited vacation, you want to try and do everything that you can while you're there, and I totally understand that because I used to do the same thing.
Right.
Okay, but
you have to draw the line at some point.
If you're a parent and you're really doing it for the kids, then you don't drag them places that they don't want to go. You don't force them to do things that they don't want to do. And when they're done with this for the day, you gotta go with it. You can't just go because I can make it another 6 hours. Well, come on, kitty. Because I see kids like that, and they're just, and you feel bad for them. I mean, you just, but, I mean, I understand why it happens, but, and I don't know. See, I don't have children, so I
had a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old for 4 weeks.
It was enough, wasn't it?
It was enough.
See, that's the way to do it. Be a grandparent.
Or an auntie.
Or an aunt.
Yeah,
That's what Tina has. Tina's being an aunt this week. She has her nephew, I guess he's my nephew too, his nephew Michael, James. And he came down Saturday. We're taking him to the airport tonight, okay, to go back. He came Sunday, he's going back tonight. And she's been with him every day. They've gone to different parks and done stuff like that. And she's worn out. Let me tell you, she's plumb worn out. But I mean, she's had a nice time. But he's also like 16, 17 years old.
And that's a big difference too.
Oh yes, I wanted to get into that.
Because when they're older, and you're on a vacation, you can, and especially with technology and cell phones, give the kid a cell phone. Be back,
Right.
You have to be at this spot at this time because we have scheduled specific family events.
Right.
And that's what one of the things that I kind of missed out on when my first trip to Disney World was when I was 18.
Okay.
And my sister was 16 and then my other sister was 14, and we had to do family.
Sure.
Everything.
Yeah.
Well, as an 18-year-old, I didn't necessarily want to do what the 16-year-old and the 14-year-old,
right.
or even what my parents wanted to do.
Right.
But I just kind of grinned and bared it.
Right.
And okay, that's great. I'll do whatever.
Okay.
So it was kind of, but we also didn't have. Not everybody had a cell phone.
Right.
Then, so I think times have changed. Give the kid a cell phone. You have to check in with me at this time and at this time.
Right.
And we have dinner at this time, and then we're going to have family time from whatever.
Right. Well, and another thing too that I noticed, especially with theme parks, is that whether parents want to admit it or not, 1, 2, 3, not every kid is suited. Sometimes it's a waste of time to take someone that young to a theme park. These kids that are under 1 and 1 or 2, they're not even going to have a memory they can keep.
Right.
I think you want to start thinking 4 or 5. When they're becoming, young little people, and it means something. They can hang on to it and becomes a memory. Now, I went to. My mom and dad took me to Disneyland in 1959, and I was 9 years old. And I could still remember some of the things that we did.
Yeah.
Especially walking through Cinderella's castle.
Sleeping Beauty Castle.
In those days, you could walk through Sleeping Beauty's castle. And they had dioramas. And you could look in and you could see the story of Sleeping Beauty. It was cool. It stayed with me forever. And then when they released Sleeping Beauty on Blu-ray, Well, they have just recently reopened Snow White's castle.
Sleeping Beauty castle.
See, Sleeping Beauty's castle that you can walk through. What do I know? Okay, and you can do it again. You know, and that's just so cool. And when you and so when I went back and I watched the DVD where they've done the virtual tour through it, very cool, very cool. So that, I mean, that's nice. I mean, I know it has no bearing on anything in life, but nothing on this show has much bearing on life. So what can you expect? All things considered. Wow.
Let's see what else is going on.
And we're doing okay. I'm going to get out 20 because I didn't start when I should have.
Okay.
Okay. For those of you that are just tuning in, we had a technical malfunction, and the battery, which said it had 343 minutes, died. Okay, after 30. What is that? Talk to me about, you know, batteries. Look at the size. This is supposed to be an 8-hour battery. It was at one point when we used to use it a lot, but you know, it gets, you know, I don't shoot as much TV as I used to. We used to do so many commercials and so many TV shows.
We needed to do something. We needed to go do skits. And we needed a
skits.
cameraman.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it's something that I suppose that we could do. Maybe it would bring more.
Some pedicures.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
I don't think I forgot about that one.
I figured you hadn't mentioned it in such a long time that it maybe, you know, it went the way of all, you know, life forms. Well, we'll have to find out where we're going to do it, and then we have to get permission from. Oh, you already know where you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means is we have to ask them if it's okay. They got to sign a release, a model release, which I hope I had you sign a year ago or something. And then, of course, I couldn't tell you where it is, but and then we go in and we shoot it. You know, I mean, it's going to be. I can't wait. Nobody's going to want to do my feet. My feet, you know, they're just, you know,
they're not that bad.
They're just walked out. You
they're
know.
Not that bad.
I went and got.
My brother-in-law's feet, his toes are green.
I got.
Why are your toenails green?
No, I don't have any. Don't have any fungus. They're just not.
And then he actually was given medication.
Really?
Yeah, and I said, well, how come you didn't take it? He goes, well, I read the side effects.
Oh.
Side effects
are potential.
Like, you should at least try it. Right. Yeah, try the drug for 2 days.
Hey, if you knew what the side effects were for chemotherapy, and I still went and did it, of course, it was that or die, so it was an easy decision. But I mean, I'm just saying, you know, when it comes right down to it, but I had all of the side effects, with the exception of the hair. The hair was pretty good, knock on wood, but they were mild. They weren't, you know, it wasn't like, oh, you know, woe is me. Yeah.
Thank God, because I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
Well, I'm trying to do the best I can now. Okay, we should start thinking about writing. We're about 50 seconds away. Here is Suzy Blunderful. This is the final episode of Suzy Blunderful at the Salvage Center at the East Hampton dump. This is the first time it's ever been seen worldwide, and I hope it makes you laugh. We always thought it was very funny, Suzy Blunderful. I really enjoyed Susan McGraw. God bless. Okay. Do something good every day and volunteer at your local animal shelter. That's right. And even if it's a little thing, do something good. It doesn't matter how big it is. You know what I mean? And if you go into the movies, pack heat. I'm just saying.
Do you think so?
Yeah, don't get much of a tan under the tent, though.
Well, I don't think that's really important. It's just I like to meet people, so I'm not interested in tanning, Dave. I mean, you know, I'm not completely vain.
Yeah, it starts looking like you're living here.
Well, that's okay. That would be a good place. It's summertime. You just bought 2 tents, Dave. What are you going to do? This is a big tent. Put up a little plastic, you know, it might be nice. Well, let's see. Shall we talk to some other people and see if they have found anything really important here? Sir, what's your name?
The name is Coward, James Coward.
Well, how do you do? We're on Channel 27, and we came to the salvage department today to see if what's here, and I want to know if you've ever been here before.
I've never been here before, but of course I come to the dump quite often. I have an awful lot of leaves to dispose of.
Have you ever found? You've never been here, so you've never found anything.
No, I've never been here. Just today, I asked today what was it for, and I was told that it's place that things were left. The souvenirs, whatever.
Are you going to bring anything here yourself, do you think?
Yes, whatever I have at home to get rid of. Hopefully somebody else can use it.
Okay, well,
Did you just find that faucet piece here?
Yes, I did. I just...
Oh, yeah, let's see this. Let's see.
The faucet seems to be very good, very
Now,
useful.
see that? Yeah, there's
And
nothing wrong with
certainly
that.
nothing wrong with it. I mean, a normal person who has a sink or something, they could certainly use it. I mean, it's a very good one, too.
Well, if you're watching, whoever brought this to the salvage department, we thank you for this.
I thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, I hope you have a good time with it, and I hope it works. Okay, have a nice weekend. All right. Okay, Dave, I think we should just look at this last two items here. Come on, Dave. Wait, we're getting all tangled up here. Now, I hate to do dishes, and you know, during Christmas time, I got this set of like Joy liquid detergent. But this is the thing I have been waiting for, Dave. Look at it. It's white. It will work with any color kitchen. It's a dishwasher, Dave. Look. Completely.
I think you killed it, Suzy.
Wait. There we go. Okay, it's even got a spoon in it. A spoon. So, you know, it comes with a little extra something. It's not brand new, but hey, you know, for free. Let's see. I don't think you could use it in your tent, Dave, so I'm not going to recommend that you take it. But it's a pretty good brand, I think. It's got no name on it, which means, you know, you don't have to worry about ever getting it fixed if it breaks down or something. Okay, let's kind of move along here, because this is the best deal of all. When we pulled up, I saw this sitting here. And, you know, the Germans are supposed to make things that last forever, but I guess in this case, it's got some problems. Otherwise, nobody would leave it here. It looks to me to be a Mercedes-Benz, and maybe the keys are in it. What do you think, Dave?
Well, I don't know. I think you ought to check it out for rust first, Suzy. You know, these things go so fast out here.
Well, do you think we should see if we can get it started and take it for a ride?
Sure. I don't know. People are giving away these German cars left and right these days. So it may be more trouble than it's worth, but why don't you check it out? You know?
Okay, well, you want to get in it now? Should we try it out?
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to go on our next story then. We're going to go into town and show you what kinds of really hot, new, in-style foods are available on the grocery market shelves, because